Hey guys, we're back, and guess what else is back? Hazbin Hotel. Season 2 has been released on Amazon Prime. We're thrown into the plot again, and people are excited about the hotel because they think Charlie is going to help them fight against the angels. There's paparazzi there, fangirls, and they're here for freedom. They're here to lead the revolution. Queen Nifty is finally getting the recognition from the public for freeing us from the eyesore that was Adam, the worst character. And Charlie is crying because our poor little snake baby perished in the flames of battle, and as usual, Angel is being unhelpful. Let's talk about it. Since this is only the start of the season, we don't really have all the facts yet, and as a result, I will be making a few assumptions. Please don't come for me in the comments. First episode is mostly about Charlie and the hotel's current state, and then like Box comes in at the end, so not much going on, but Charlie's still getting on my nerves. Besides her being annoying in general as a character, every time she's on screen, she is being upstaged by someone. It's like she's a self-insert for the audience, and that is crazy. Charlie's goals are so lofty, and like the principal problem with this conflict is still being presented in this way, but we still haven't been given a reason why these people should deserve to go to heaven, even with redemption. Like, what are they redemptioning from? I feel like that is the part we need to focus a bit more on, and we're just pretending that it doesn't exist. And it's like nearly impossible for me to identify with her at this moment. I honestly think she lacks empathy. She's not devoid of it, but the version of it she has right now has like a barrier in front of it. The kind of empathy you get from rich people who are like, oh no, there's sad kids that are starving in the street, but continue buying stock in the companies responsible for food insecurity in deserts in the first place. That girl is gonna implode one day, and I will be there with a bag of popcorn. And so her mindset, it's probably a result of her being sheltered because she sees heaven as the better option only because it's presented as paradise. Because she thinks it means her people won't be killed, they'll be safe. She's thinking, of course everyone will want to be good and go to heaven, but she's not asking them. And she's also not considering that the angels might not want these crazy people from Earth that were murderers to live with them. Charlie reminds me of someone who is described as nice but not necessarily kind, because their people pleasing makes others' lives harder. It's making Badgie's life harder for sure, and she also feels indebted to Charlie because she saved her, and it made me start to wonder how much of the relationship is based on real life experiences and common things and enjoying each other's company, because so far it's composed of her comforting Charlie because she's upset because of whatever thing happened that was ridiculous, and now she's set back and she's got to get her back on that horse so we can continue with the plot. Back on topic, Charlie is advertising the hotel as what she wants it to be and not as the product that her target audience needs it to be. She's not connecting with them. She talks about turning good, and the sinners just see some annoying woman talking down to them. This is where some of the world building mysteries come in. A lot of the side demon characters we come into contact with are not shown to be miserable. They don't seem like they hate where they live. They're doing what they want. Some lack self-awareness, some are violent, which is kind of like Earth. It's just people in general. And even the main character group doesn't outwardly seek redemption. They have their hobbies and their struggles. I mean, if Angel wasn't in a horrible contract with an abuser, would he care about being good? Would he care about going to heaven? I don't know. We haven't gone there yet, but they don't have the mindset of, oh, I'll become an angel and go to paradise. I'm hoping that Charlie has some character development this season and adjusts her plan a bit, because even though hell was created as a punishment, it's clearly their home now, and what is healing them in the hotel is community, not salvation. I honestly feel like their repentance and all that stuff means nothing because whoever they hurt is dead now anyway. It's also weird that they would have to leave because the version of hell that we're presented with is not really matching the one in the Bible, which was supposed to be of eternal torment. These people are not being tormented. They've created a society and they're living with it. I'm sure some of them are being tormented because some demons are more evil than others, and so by default there's going to be crimes committed. But as a whole, nobody's stringing you up in a lake of fire and stabbing you. That's not what's happening here. So that feels like there's a bit of a disconnect here. Now we gotta talk about Lute. I might be crazy in saying this. You might think I'm crazy. I don't know what the current meta in the fandom is right now, but Lute is that girl. She had the best song, best visuals, vocals, a rock beat. I was here for it. Her song was the only one that I was like watching the screen for the whole song. I was like, oh, okay. Let it out. Tell us how you really feel. An edgy angel lady in cool armor. I'll take what I can get. And I also like her for her part in the story. Knowing Charlie's mom is just more compelling than Vox, for example. She's just a better villain than Vox because her conflict directly clashes with the main themes and the character's goals. They cannot coexist, and they both have compelling reasons for their actions. That's the good stuff right there. When your villain also makes sense. So now we gotta fight. Now, about the trial with Sir Pentious, Lute is right and she should say it. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say every demon needs to die, like that's a little extreme, but people like Vox, Valentino, the ones causing the riots and setting buildings on fire, go ahead girl, get rid of them. I'm sat and ready to hear her backstory because she for sure has suffered big time to end up like she is right now. Personality is rotten but full of conviction. She found a safe space in Adam, I feel, and she probably felt supported in destroying the people and environments who had hurt her in the past, and then all of that is ripped from her in a matter of days, hours, and the other High Angels basically brush her concerns aside because they're too busy covering their own butts. The choice to humanize her was great because since the terribleness of Adam is gone, it opens up so many possibilities for her character arc. She's no longer just a henchman. She can step up into a higher role. And it is driving me crazy that we continue to dodge the question of whether all sinners are truly worthy of redemption. If I went to heaven and then years, decades, centuries later, whatever, they were like, oh hey, you've got a new roommate, it's Hitler. He's a good guy now, he fixed himself, so he gets to be an angel. I'm crashing out. No more singing, no more dancing, make a new tier of heaven if you have to, I don't care, but we're gonna be out here redeeming slave owners, child predators. Please call J.K. Rowling and ask her where that magic hat is that tells you where you belong, because we need to use it to specify the crimes. There needs to be levels, and the people with the bad crimes, they don't need to be up here. If you were too much of a garbage person, I'm sorry, you gotta stay where you are. The concept is leading dangerously into that territory of good people turn your cheek and there's no consequences for your actions as long as you apologize. I guess hell was the consequence, but it's not enough because they're not being tortured down there, they're just living life. Sarah was freaking out because she ordered a genocide, which is terrible, but now she's neglecting to address the mindset of the people working beneath her. She can see how hurt and angry Lute is, how scared the other angels are, and that is not going to end well because desperate people who haven't healed always take it too far. The little angel goes, Charlie was right, redemption is possible. Okay, but you asked if you could, not if you should. So I'm adding Lute to my favorite characters list. I thought she was gonna end up being just another goon. That's not really important, but her part in the episode actually ended up being the most engaging for me. Okay, it's time to talk about my favorite character and his backstory. It looked like he was born and lived in late 1800s England. There was some Jack the Ripper looking guy skulking around killing women in the streets, and he saw one of the murders happen. He recognized the guy killing people, but he was too afraid to go to the police because the man responsible was a powerful client and he risked ruining his life or even being killed himself. I was actually on the fence about whether this should have been enough to send him to hell. I started looking over the 10 Commandments because it was like half self-preservation, but I guess the selfishness is what got him out. If he had snitched and then gotten murdered and tied, he'd be in heaven right now. Whoops. So the questions, how is he an angel now? A life for a life? He failed to sacrifice himself in order to bring a murderer to justice when he was on Earth. This time he succeeded in sacrificing himself to protect others, and he supposedly saved more people than were killed. So it's even equivalent exchange. Is that how this works? Is it alchemy? His sin was very passive, so I'm not surprised it was this easy to like flip him to the other side. Also, is being a window warrior a sin? It felt cheap though, kind of like we're dodging the elephant in the room, because this wasn't that bad, but what if we get somebody who's like a serial killer later? This is only the start. We're only 2 episodes in, so there's plenty of time to try again. Pentious is also a victim of Charlie's recklessness, because all his friends are in hell now, but he's not. He got what he wanted, but then it was ripped away from him. He was so lonely his whole life. He wanted friends his whole human life. He died. He was still lonely. He collected these egg people to make him happy. Then he got to the hotel and he's like, oh my god, I have a family. And then he dies. I'm sorry, that just made me laugh. It's like, oh man, this poor guy, he can't win. And so paradise is almost like a second punishment. He got sent to hell twice. Now, one of my biggest complaints is like there's just too many characters in this show for how long it is and what we're doing right now. There's only 10 episodes and there's like 30 characters. When people like Adam died, I was like, thank goodness we're culling the herd. And then Vivi was like, psych, 3 new people. I mean, the pretty owl lady, I like her. She's all gentle and she sings good, so she can stay. But Adam's son, what is he here for? What is he bringing to the table? The character soup just tends to drive me nuts, but some people have a lot of characters and they love those characters and they want to show us all of them. However, something ridiculous happened. This guy appeared. Surely there was a way for Charlie to deal with her trauma of causing her friend to die without adding a carbon copy replacement for Pentious. I almost turned off my laptop. It just felt so unnecessary when there's tons of other people around her for her to turn her attention to try and help and become obsessed with, like Bond Girl. She seemed pretty shook that her almost boyfriend died. Did we really need to add someone else who's a science caricature? And Vox just feels like an inappropriate foil, at least at this point. The guy pops up and sings a song about exploitation, plots to mess with the hotel, kill angels. I believe in his ability to build an army and kill angels, but I need him to give me more to get really invested. He doesn't give off vibes that this genuinely matters to him. He just wants chaos in general. What gets him up in the morning? What is he really mad about? We got a taste of his rivalry with Alastor, but I need more details. It is not personal yet to Charlie and her goals. If people get to heaven, nothing is really changing for him. There's always going to be someone who's easily manipulated to be angry by media. I'm guessing that's his concern, is profits. And in order for them to cross paths, I think something's going to have to happen with the overlords. They might side with Charlie's plan in order to protect their people, and so that would mess with his plans of building a hell army. But until then, he's like an angry side quest that sucks the joy out of the room every time he appears, which is super unfortunate in a show where every 5 seconds there's an obvious innuendo or somebody doing something silly or a slapstick sequence. I feel like I should be enjoying sections, and I can't enjoy his section at all, not even on a serious level, because the show can't be funny 24/7, but it still needs to be engaging, and he makes me turn my brain off. I'm over here loving this reporter who for some reason is obsessed with killing his wife, and then Fox is like that stuff old ladies at church spray in the bathroom. I have a solution though. We divide hell into 2 sides, one led by Vox. He's a celebrity, all he has to do is sell these t-shirts and run his half with the crazy people. And then Charlie's half can be the one with the chill demons who were a little too gay or failed to share a sandwich with their friend once in 3rd grade, and they can go to heaven. Overall, my ratings for this episode, 1, I gotta give a 4.5 out of 10. It really dragged in the middle. The pacing was not great. And episode 2, I give it a 7 because they gave me drama, and that is all I asked for. I want conflict. It feeds my soul. That's all I have for today. Did you guys see that Fiona and Cake has returned? This is the best month ever. If I had a cat, I would name it Cake. If you have any extra time, feel free to stick around, watch more videos, exercise your free will, maybe write me an essay about how I'm wrong, whatever you want to do. See ya.